Hey, tune in, tune.
Are you ready?
that's the intro.
I don't think it is.
I think so.
Hello, welcome to Tune In, episode 4.
Make sure you tune in episode Toon.
They are.
Right.
They're here now.
Okay. No one's here.
It's alright. Alright, no one's here. But the episode's here. And you can't tell someone to tune into something they're already watching.
That's very true.
Okay, so today we were going to do... Ryan was going to quiz me. But do you want to tell them what happened there?
I was very busy playing Call of Duty.
Playing what?
And I forgot.
Playing what?
Call of Duty.
Don't say that.
Call of Duty.
Yeah, please.
Call of Duty.
Right, so instead, we're going to do the origins of HMFD. I think that's the next step of...
Might as well tell the people where we came from.
Yes. Yes.
England.
Tune in next week.
So yeah, I'm going to ask a bunch of questions and Brad's going to answer them as truthfully as he can.
You're getting up your phone as if you've written them down.
Just in case, you know.
I know you've done no preparing for this, so...
Alright then, guess we'll get started.
Yes.
HMFD, what does it mean?
We can't. That can't be a question.
Right.
That's in episode 4, remember?
Okay, so where did you get the idea of HMFD from?
It's a long story.
That's why we're doing the show.
Yeah. No, basically, in secondary school...
He was bullied.
Surprisingly, no. No, there was me, Jared Ardish, and someone else. I won't say his name because I don't think he cares.
That's fair enough.
Yeah, he had the idea of like making spoof films, like acting spoof films, and I think the first one was Blood Diamond we were gonna do. And
how was that gonna go?
I can't remember. I did a stupid because my old computer that had like all my old scripts and old drawings, I went through it all and just picked things I thought were good. So I never kept anything from years ago, which I regret.
Yeah, you should have.
Yeah.
I'll probably sell for millions.
It will not.
Never.
But yeah, so that was the plan. And then I remember, because originally...
We'll call this other guy James, unless his actual name is James.
No, we won't call him anything.
Okay.
He's just this other guy.
Right.
His name's not important. So Billy... No, yeah, so the name we called the production was Fuzzy Avocado, and it was because there was this weird fuzzy thing on the floor, and at the time the song, you know, Americano, you know, the do 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 in Betweeners, that song was out, so I saw it and I started going Fuzzy Avocado, do do do. I don't know why. I was young.
Sounds like you.
And then so that became the name. And then we had a couple things planned for the acting, but then I drew a picture on paint. I don't have the full picture anymore, but I have this picture, which I put up now, which is like cutouts of the characters, because it's the first time I ever drew me, Jared, and Ardish, and this other guy. And
Billy.
And we... Yeah, so I made that, and I was like, oh, we could do a one-off animation episode where we're all cartoons.
Right.
And then we just... And I didn't know how to... I drew that on paint. I didn't know how to animate or anything. I just drew it on paint. Yeah, it's Picasso, this picture. And
Hey.
Clearly from this, we were like, yes, we should just make it all an animation
It's
series.
like, hey, look at this.
I don't remember how that happened, but
wrong.
eventually it was like, oh, we'll just make the whole thing an animated thing.
Alright.
And then we started writing episodes called of Fuzzy Avocado, which featured us 4 living in a house. And it was basically the same thing. Because we even had... Because Josh was in it. And Juned, who is...
Will appear later.
He's our super fan. Hey, Juned. He'll be in season... Well, I hope he's in episode 4. I think he's confirmed.
Well, otherwise we'll have to get someone else.
Yeah, but basically it was like, because I don't remember like much of the stories or anything, but there's this picture as well, which is another picture that was done from it that I did keep. And as you can see, Josh and Junaid look angry at each other, and I think they were the first version of Barraj and Avraj. I think they were gonna just hate each other.
Oh, okay.
And then creative differences and other personal stuff. We ended up not talking to this other guy anymore, and we were like, well, I was like, hey, we could still do something. And then Jared and Ardesh were just like,
no, Billy was the best bit.
No, it was just like, I don't fucking care.
Right.
I was like, all right, I'm gonna do it. Then I say learn. I did the first teaser, which has our most views. It's our most viewed video on YouTube.
That's just shit.
The voice acting is. All right, guys. First episode.
It's very good. Yes.
And we've improved over the years, but that is basically how HMFD begun, in a
Wow.
vague sense.
Well, where did HMFD come from then?
I don't remember. No, I think because originally it stood for hot motherfucking damn.
But we couldn't tell your parents that.
No,
So
so we just said, when people were like, oh, what did it stand for? I used to be like, oh, I don't remember. What? No, but
it's a word.
that's what it stood for. Because someone put it in there was a group chat, and someone wrote it. It's just instead of like hot damn, someone was like hot motherfucking damn,
I see.
and then we just called it that.
So that's what it stands for.
That's what it originally stands for, but that's not what it stands for anymore because I don't like that.
That's a good idea.
So, yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
Because it does say that in the first teaser. It says it like in brackets, but
No.
it's
Well,
not
that's
good
what
enough.
everyone knows, because that's what everyone watched, the first teaser.
Apparently. I don't know how much of it they watched. I think it was, right guys, no, goodbye.
Nope. Turn it off.
No, this isn't good for me.
Second question. Just get it up off my phone here.
Oh, yes. Is that porn? Put that away.
Sorry. Why did you...
Why were you pretending to read? What are you reading?
Don't know. I really should have wrote some questions.
You should have.
Um,
This is classic HMFD right now. No planning. What was that? How did I learn to animate?
I was going to ask that, but obviously you clearly haven't. So.
Oh, okay.
Where did some of the other characters come from? You got any backstories about them? Some of the ones we've already seen? Cardboard Guy, Naked Man. Terrence Bollocks.
Terrence Bollocks.
That's his name, right?
Terrence Box.
Albert Austin. Where did that guy come from?
Believe it or not, he's Albert Einstein, and the first two
Wow.
letters of his name are switched around.
Cool.
We just wanted a scientist, so I just came up with that because I was like,
Because you're lazy.
that's the only thing a scientist could look like.
Obviously.
And it's weird. Albert is a real name to me now,
Yeah, it is.
but it's not. I don't
I don't
think.
think Albert is a real name. It might be. Albert. I don't know.
I don't think it is because I think most people people either go to me, the Einstein guy, or but, you know.
I think I think the dream is for one day a person to name their son Albert.
That's not a
then
dream.
we know we've made it.
Albert is now in the official boys' names dictionary.
And then we'll know we made it. That's the way to go.
I know there was originally 3 Brads. There was Brad, because there's Ardesh sent me this picture the other day that I forgot about because this is one of the pictures I deleted. But I think I had
Ardesh
one for every character because originally I think this was in Fuzzy Avocado, but there was different episodes where like there was this demon version and this was like a superpowered version,
different versions.
and all of us had zombie versions because I think there was an episode planned where we were zombies.
Right.
And when basically I needed more characters, because at first Because in Fuzzy Avocado, Kieran weren't in it, like Jack weren't in it, Hassan weren't in it, Avraj weren't in it, Barraj weren't in it. Like none of them were in it. So we needed more characters. So because I made HMFD and I love myself.
Clearly.
No, I made Zombie Brad an actual character and changed him to Zombie King, which was
stupid.
ZK.
ZK, right?
ZK. It doesn't stand for Zombie King now, but
Do we know what it stands for?
I think I do.
Zach
But
Kerrance.
we're not going to say anything yet.
Right.
Who?
Dunno.
He's related to me.
Yeah.
Who's Zach Kerrance?
I don't know. It's just a Z and a K.
I think it's just a nickname.
ZK, yeah. Maybe someone used to call him like.
ZK. And he's stuck with it.
I think that's how nicknames work.
But anyway, yeah, so there was Zombie Brad and there was a robot Brad that was called, wait for this, X340001.
Ah.
I don't have any pictures of him anymore.
So that's obviously where X340001
Could you stop that?
came from. Sorry.
But yeah, that's where he came from. Because I eventually was like, I can't have 3 Brad. I'll stick with 2.
Just have the 2.
I'll just have 2
ZK is
people.
probably one of our favourite characters now.
Now he is, yeah. We've given him more of a character. So
It's come along well. They've all got characters now.
we've given more personality. But that's for next week's episode.
Is it?
Yes.
Next week. Yes, it is. I think.
We're going as... This is... Go on, another question. Another character you want to go the history in?
Spug. Didn't that stand for something? Superpowered Ultra Guy.
Yeah, that was in the episode.
No one's seen it, so trying to
okay.
tell people.
Well, no one knows who Spug is then.
Yeah. What made you decide to do it with your friends instead of like completely made up characters?
I see what you mean. Laziness.
Couldn't bother to make anyone.
No, I think it's because Brad, Jared, and Ardish were always just Brad, Jared, and Ardish. So it was like when I put everyone else in. Because originally, I think in Fuzzy Avocado, we had a character called Matt, who was black. And Matt was going to be in HMFD. Hassan was voicing him, and then because everyone else was their own characters, I was just like, fuck it, we'll just call him Hassan.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because like originally...
So it's only Ryan and...
Yeah, the only people that don't have their own characters are you. You don't have a character called Ryan.
No.
And Ryan Keeler doesn't have a character called Ryan.
Why?
He only has Boob.
Didn't he choose that?
No, it's because there was another Ryan,
Oh,
and
so
it would just be
maybe too
confusing if we had 2 Ryans, so then we just had Boob Sign Guy. But then, because we don't want to now be like, oh, and now this is Ryan, because it's confusing, he's still just called Boob. But Boob is easier than Boob Sign Guy.
That is true.
So that's why he's the only one that doesn't have. It's not nothing personal, Ryan. He's not watching this.
Of course not.
It's 13 minutes in. He's not still here.
So why did it take you 3 years?
All right,
Just to make one season.
3 years. It took longer than that. Episode 9 was done this year.
That's true. Yeah.
It just takes long. Like with the first
Did you
season.
get bored of it?
Well, with the first season, and what's happening now is the same thing, but it's like I literally don't stop animating. I come home from work.
I'll never see you animated.
Yes, you do. I come home from work, I animate till I go to bed, then I wake up, go to work, come home and animate, and then the only time I have off is weekends because I go around my girlfriends.
You don't have to lie.
Yeah.
You have a girlfriend.
And then, so that's what I was doing for the first season, but it just takes time, you know? To make it look as good as it does, it takes a lot of time.
I can see that. Well, it's definitely a huge step up. I think there's
Backgrounds were a huge thing. If you look at the backgrounds in Heroes Must Fight Dirty, look at that.
it's ridiculous.
Look at the size of the houses compared to the meteor.
And when Ryan's like just as big as the truck.
Yeah, he's ginormous. Yeah, backgrounds are now basically, because I model them in 3D. I modeled the whole town in 3D, and now I just trace over backgrounds. So backgrounds are very accurate now because it's literally a 3D picture.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
But after episode 8,
No.
I think. Huh?
Just saying what episode comes after 8. Carry on.
Oh. No. After episode 8, we just stopped because we were working on another show called Restart, which was supposed to be like, because all the characters and stuff, I started getting a bit like, can't be bothered with these lot anymore.
Yeah.
So we started Restart, which was like an apocalypse show.
And you changed all the characters. What were some characters in it?
What, in Restart?
Like Jared, Ardesh.
Yeah. Everyone had. No, Jared's character was called Leader.
Oh, okay.
Ardish was called Ardish. Yeah,
No,
but
that's changed though.
but then yeah, we then I think when lockdown happened, because episode 9 was already a little bit done before we stopped. So when lockdown happened, I was like, fuck it, I'll finish it. Like, we had all the voices, everything was ready, it just needed to be animated.
Yeah.
So I was just like, fuck it, we'll complete it. But then as I was doing it, I really liked it.
What?
I know.
Did you watch
No,
it?
I don't like episode 9, but I liked the characters and
alright.
everything. It's okay.
That joke about
It's just a bit
thing.
it's just a bit like talky. Do you know what I mean? It's a bit, and then the
Too much
ending,
explaining. I think.
because originally
that's
the
what
ending,
you used to do a lot.
Yeah.
In your videos, just explain too much. Like,
the
videos are
ending
stupid.
is originally there was just a fight, and then they won, and it was like a normal episode. But then, but with episode, but then as we were finishing it, me and you decided to write a season 2.
Yeah.
So we changed the ending where we could just almost start a blank slate and get rid of some characters, bring some new characters in, and
Yeah.
so it was like the only way we could do that is finish the episode we had by just a fucking explosion. It was like explosion done, move on. Season 2.
metaphor for all the thing.
But yeah, I mean, you know, shit happens, and them characters, maybe they're not dead.
They are.
Well, maybe they're not.
Is there any story ideas that you wish you did include? Any episodes? How would you do season 1 differently? Well, that's a good question.
That is a good question. I'd probably do the same episodes, just different.
I see.
Like, I'd do a Halloween episode. I'd do a Heroes episode.
Same themes, just different.
New Girl, maybe I wouldn't do New Girl.
It was alright.
Yeah, it was alright.
Had that great song in. It's just fantastic.
Yeah, that was my brother's first inclusion into HMFD was the Damn song.
And that's really where the show went uphill. Well, then she started speaking. It was just straight back down.
Yeah.
So, what are your plans on making sound better?
We don't have any plans on that.
I see.
No, I was speaking with Ardesh about it. He's said that it's background sound, like even just noise, like room tone and shit. We just need to add to it to make it just.
Don't know what that is.
It's basically where you go, look, like stop talking. That's room tone. Obviously, take away the
It's
laptop.
just a laptop.
Yeah, but each room has noise, even if you don't recognize it. It's never just completely quiet.
Right.
So
You need to add like a small hum into.
yeah, because that's as well. I remember Jared said he said that the sound was really good in Doctor Is In, and that's because most of Doctor Is In has this like creepy sound to it as they're walking through the halls. It just makes it more interesting, sort of thing. So
Definitely
just
improve.
try and do more on that.
I'd say.
Yeah, we're improving in everything, really.
Yeah, it's just slowly going uphill. We just need people to see it. Really.
That is the first step.
That is fans. So, how do you plan on speeding up your animation process? Because I was working.
If
out
anything,
today,
we're
and I
slowing
don't
it down with including these.
That's true. Because I was looking at it today, I don't think season 2 is going to be finished till 2024.
No, 2023 is I've got planned.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, but what can I do?
Hire people.
I'm not fucking hiring people. We're not making any money at this.
Yeah, but tell them we'll do it for free, and we'll include them in our upcoming
No one wants
fame.
that. It's fine.
It's not.
It's
I'm bored for
fine.
3 years, and then you're like, "Hey Ryan, are you ready to write the next season?" And I'm like, "No, I moved on to better things."
Why don't you ask me about some episodes that never made it to air?
Give a fuck. Are there any episodes that didn't make it to air?
Funny you should ask. No.
On to the next thing.
No, yeah, it's the same with this season and onwards. I planned out about 4 seasons worth of the original HMFD, and the scripts were written for another 10 episodes.
Okay.
So the next season was supposed to end. So season 2 of the original HMFD ended with them all getting on a plane that was the villains had set up as a trap, and then they get crashed on a random island somewhere.
Oh,
And then the
cool.
whole of season 3 was going to take place on this island.
Oh, we should do that. That's
Hey,
quite
yeah.
a good idea. That's a good idea. We should do that for season 4.
Well, we can't now.
Of course, no one's gonna remember.
No one sees it.
Exactly. What we could do.
Then there was a football episode planned, a
Makes no
band
sense.
episode.
Makes no sense.
There was an episode where Brad cares for a leaf. Because that
I'm
was our
glad you
take.
brought me on. I'll tell you that.
That was our take on we didn't have anything original, so I made an episode where Brad finds a leaf and he cares for it. I was
That's
like,
been
"Fuck
done."
you!"
See, completely new.
Then also, this was written on our Instagram recently, but I mean it's still going to be the case. But Average and Barrage have an episode every season, but originally they were going to be fighting different holiday mascots every season, and they were always going to be tied up somehow. So like season 2, they'd fight the Easter Bunny,
I see.
but they were handcuffed again. Or
But Easter bunnies weren't real.
excuse me.
You can beep that out. I see. Yeah. Good stuff. So why did you choose to go the non-traditional route of making a bad cartoon?
Believe it or not,
It wasn't my intention when I started out.
It wasn't what I originally planned. No, it's
sort of
okay. It's all right.
No, it's
None of our subscribers have left.
That's true.
I don't think any of them are
What about
watching.
No, not
But-
at all. I mean,
No, I've had a look at
excited
who
to see
is
how the next
subscribing.
episode, but,
I've had a look at who is subscribed, and half of them are double accounts that people don't use anymore. Like Kieran has like 3 accounts, where I'm guessing he doesn't have access to 2 of them, so they can't unsubscribe.
so in total, we probably have about 10.
Yeah, well, we got some new ones recently.
That's true.
Hey, new ones! Thank you for subscribing.
If you don't like this, then just let us know. If you're not watching, it doesn't matter. Yeah, really should have written some questions.
Ah, this is good enough. That's 20 minutes. It's about the
good.
same as last time.
Nice.
Yeah, so that was a brief history into HMFD,
Or humpfter.
as as Jared calls it.
The illiterate.
Actually, there are some people that call it humphed, and I'm okay with that.
It's like most things you do that with.
Thank you, Ryan.
Like How I Met Your Mother, we call it hymn.
No, we don't.
No, me and do.
I see.
Because it's just easier.
Did you want to name drop her in this?
She's around for now.
So, episode 3. Well, that didn't last long.
Now that I'm single.
Anyway, so thank you for tuning in to episode 2.
Tune in.
That's it. Tune in. Tune in. Thanks for tuning in to Tune In.
Tune in.
I've been Brad.
I've been Brad.
You've been Brad, remember? Right? You don't say
That
you're
makes more
me.
sense. And he's Brad.
That's it.
Gotcha. Yeah. Alright.
Be rad.
Aryan.
And goodbye.